Hi Hocam, have a nice day. I hope you are doing well. Today I will present you the thesis that I prepared for the graduation project. The subject of the thesis is algorithmic trading with technical analysis. Um, for the introduction, algorithmic trading is software that only trades in financial markets according to the certain strategies. In this project, however, in algorithmic trading, strategies are created using technical analysis. This entire report includes detailed explanations and research about this subject. It is possible to make money using algorithms. Currently, 80% of the total volume is generated using this system. Big world banks attach great importance to these systems, which are popularly called robots in Turkey. Also in Turkey, there are some banks doing such applications like Yapı Kredi Bank. For the purpose, in financial markets, the main goal is always to earn returns. This application will be produced for people to have passive income with almost no effort. It is very useful for investors who cannot manage psychology in financial markets. In financial markets, psychology management is so important. So in algorithmic trading, there is no psychology. Creating signals with technical analysis becomes standards after a while, but it is also very important to hold on to the trend rather than how well the signal is performed. This is where psychology comes into play. With these systems, investors can feel more comfortable and manage their lives better. For example, if the stock that an investor buys in a loss during the day, the investor's daily life may also be affected. On the other hand, if the investor is having a bad day with his life, he may spoil his positions, which are in very good condition. This is where algorithmic trading comes into play. Without human perspective and portfolio management is carried out with rules. Even in algorithmic trading, it is possible to encounter some potential problems. I have covered this in details within the report. To summarize these, it is getting the data. If it does not receive the data correctly and on time, the system becomes completely unusable. Another potential problem is the setup of these algorithm strategies, because there are hundreds of strategies used in financial markets. Among these, the best and most suitable strategy for the investors should be selected. What I mean by this, every investors have made different risk perception, so strategies must change to investors. That's it. I searched for the most appropriate method to solve these problems. I came across this methodology on the internet. It is necessary to go by solving problems with system thinking logic. Application development starts, problems are evaluated and solved one by one. This methodology is used by a lot of projects. It is for complex problems which could affect the whole system. To solve these kinds of problems with a wide perspective, it can be solved. It is a methodology that goes on by solving problems. For the implementation, while developing the program, software standards will be given importance and care. The source code, which is created in a way that can be perceived by programmers, must be understandable by any software developer. In the software industry, there are some standards to make software more understandable, which are leaving comments and good function codes like these. And these standards exist so that programmers can easily grasp the work done. As the system grows, problems and maintenance may increase. The system therefore needs to be quite understandable. For the next slide, one of the things that the figures you see on the slide have in common is the risk perception section. This part is one of the first priorities in the application, and it is possible to see it almost every part of the application. I've given so many explanations in report about risk perception. You may read. So as for the figures, how the user will use and access the algorithm is clearly indicated in figure 8. As indicated in the diagram, not all investors who fail the risk perception test will not be authorized to use this app. They're eliminated. The user data flow in the system is shown in figure 9. In order for the system to be used in user data, account size and risk perception must reach the algorithm. In the proposed system, care will be taken to reach the data flow quickly and accurately while writing the source code. So we're coming to the components. In my presentation, I wanted to talk about the components in the system. I recommend reading the report for more detailed information. In my presentation, I wanted to talk about the components in the system. I recommend reading the report for more detailed information. So there are 4 main components in the system. It is possible to summarize and explain this operating system. I divided it in the sections. These are main components, and which are data analysis, pre-trade, trade action, and post-trade. You can see it in the UML diagram. The data comes from the brokerage firm. It goes to the backtesting for to make it suitable for algorithm. So then we go on to the next step. The user is going to have a risk perception test, and there are some necessary things to decide the strategy, which are portfolio size and the market condition. After the strategy is decided, the algorithm takes the verified data and the strategy. When it gets the trading signal, it just trades. Then after the trade, the post-trade section begins. Users will see the result and analyze the result. Then the system expects a feedback from the user, and that's all for the components. For pre-trade component, this is an executable. Oh no. Yes. For data analysis, this is the first in the hierarchy. This is not executable. It contains only data. The data is like the data contains the stock's name, approbation, price, volume, and lot quantity. In stock markets, these data, almost every type of data is consistent. Only price and volume is changing. So these data are not going to make a huge storage. So for the next step, the pre-trade state, this is an executable component. There are so many user informations to decide the trading strategy. And that's all, I think. For the trade action, this is the third in the hierarchy. The purpose of the component is to bring together the data that system has previously prepared and to process with live data. Together with the algorithm, the system transmits order to the market. Investors owns or sells stocks. Its priority is to obtain successful transactions. For the last part, post-trade part, after the trading is done, there are some results. To analyze these results, the data exported to an Excel sheet, and user makes graphics, makes charts to see these results and evaluate these results and have a feedback and leave a feedback for the system. That's all for the components also. And that's all for my presentation is too. I hope you like it hocam. Thank you.